Today I am going over my favorite 10 items in Vanilla WoW. I'm gonna warn you, they are gonna be pretty damn different to every top 10 because I am very not neurotypical at all. Let's go with number 10 in the list, the Ravager. What is the Ravager? The Ravager is a weapon in Scarlet Monastery. You get it from Herod, you know, the guy that has only one shoulder because he thinks it's really cool. What is special about this axe? Not only it is an excellent axe for leveling, not only it has a lot of damage, but there's a chance on hit that if you hit that thing you start spinning like Beyblade and you do AoE damage. It is the best dungeon farming weapon for leveling in the game. Okay, if you play a warrior, if you play a shaman, if you play a paladin, you get your damn Ravager. You hear me? Let's go with number 9. The Nifty Stopwatch. This trinket is a trinket that gives you running speed for 10 seconds after you do a quest in, I believe, the Badlands, I don't remember. You know, if you do any sort of PvP, or if you're just like a cheeser, a boomer, doesn't matter, if you like Swifty, you get your Nifty Stopwatch. This thing is really heckin' cool. And yeah, you know, like, if you wanna run the flag like Swifty, you know, when he did that video of him running the flag as a warrior, you gotta get your Nifty Stopwatch. Okay, let's go for number 8. The Flurry Axe. Hell yeah. This is Wind Fury 2.0. You can have Wind Fury on top of Wind Fury. This axe is really cool. It is a one-hander. There's a chance in every hit that you get a second hit. You combine this thing with, I don't know, like the Badge of Justice. What was that trinket in BRD? Badge of Justice? No, Hand of Justice. You got Wind Fury on that thing. Like, you get so many different potential extra hits in this thing. It is really good. It's not like a best in slot by any kind, but it is cool. Okay, it is a cool item. I like cool items. It looks really ugly though. Okay, let's go for number 7. This one is a little more common. This one is a little more expectable. The Spolders of Valor. Perhaps the most iconic shoulder pads in the game. These things right here. Their stats for a new fresh 60 are excellent. Red Paladins use it too. Not only warriors. They are really good early on, and their looks are so iconic actually that they became the heirloom gear for plate users in retail in Wrath of the Lich King. So you're gonna have that too now in Classic Wrath of the Lich King. You're gonna be able to use them again. If you are walking down in Iron Force, if you are walking down in Orgrimmar, chances are overwhelmingly you are going to find a lot of warriors wearing this thing because it is just that good. Their stats are very good for a melee DPSer. And they are decent for a tank too actually. The set bonuses suck, but it is cool. It is cool. Okay, this is another unique item in the game. Maybe not that unique because there's a second unique item in TBC that is pretty much the same thing, but I like this one better. I think this one is more cooler. The Skull Flame Shield. This shield has decent stats for a fresh level 60 tank, but that's not the cool part, okay? It has a 3% chance when you get hit of healing a little. And also, every time you get hit, there is a 1% chance that you're gonna do AoE damage. AoE damage when you're tanking is really useful for threat. This thing, if you're like doing, I don't know, the trash in Stratholm, there's a lot of tiny mobs in Stratholm, like maybe the rats in Stratholm. Do you remember those rats in the gates of Stratholm? You proc what that thing wants and all the mobs are going straight to you. They are an excellent thing. You combine this with a shield spike for extra threat and maybe thorns from a druid, you become a very useful AoE tank as a warrior or even a paladin. This shield is extremely iconic. Look at this thing, look at this thing. How can you not love this shield? Look at this thing, it has fire in it. It has hecking fire in it. Like, what the hell? They made another one in TBC called the Fell Barrier, but this one looks cooler, this one is more iconic. Okay, this one I actually don't remember the name, let me look it up. Like, I know the item, but okay, here it is. The Ultra Safe Transporter, Gadget Son. This thing is great. If you are a gnomish engineer, you can teleport all the way to Gadget Son. In Classic, in Vanilla, there is not a lot of flight paths. Sometimes it is really inconvenient. If you are a Horde, it is not such a big deal, but if you are Alliance, you're gonna love this teleport because going to Onyxia sucks ass. If you are a Horde, you can teleport to Thunderbluff and it's a little closer to Dust Wallow Marsh, but if you're Alliance, you're pretty much screwed. So this is great. You can go very close to Onyxia in just a single cast of an item. You can go all the way to Gadget Sand. There you go, this little portal over here where there's a Murloc apparently, I don't know why. But it is cool, it is cool, it is cool. It is very convenient to do Onyxia with this thing. That's the secret usefulness of it. And right, if you got a repair or something, there's a second Hearthstone, you know, you could say. It's cool overall, very cool. Okay, let's go for number 4, is it? The Barob Peasant color. People say only hunters can have a pet. People say only warlocks can have a pet. And I disagree. I say that is an injustice that has to be corrected. Like the Miestro when he rose from the ashes said, the Peasiantes are always a pet for your use. This item, you get it after doing a quest in Scholomance, a chain quest. It is very annoying to do, okay? If you do that entire quest line in Scholomance, you get this item that you can summon 3 servants to fight for you. This item is very obviously very powerful in PvP, and the way it is very powerful is not only the damage that they do. If you are against a caster, given the pushback mechanic of all the mobs hitting him, you're gonna ruin their cast time. You're gonna be very annoying. You can force a mage into blowing up a frost nova just to escape this thing. It is very, very strong with a K, and you summon one of these guys. You see these guys? We're gonna go with them. The number 3, the manual crowd pummeller, another item that's unique in Vanilla WoW. This is our crappy level 29 mace. And you would be saying, why would I want a stupid level 29 mace? If you use this thing, you can actually right click this thing and use it. You can increase your attack speed by 50% for 30 seconds. And you might be saying, oh yeah, that's very cool, but I am a level 60 warrior. Why would I ever want a level 29 mace, no matter the speed? It's not for warriors, it is for druids. Like Big C is saying in chat, this is the best in-slot weapon for druids, because druids do not scale with weapon damage. The weapon is only for the stats. Increasing your attack speed by 50% is ridiculous, it is redonkulous, it is cray, okay? And you can farm these things because they have 3 charges. Sadly, they are not like reusable constantly. You can go farming Nomeragan these things and you can get an entire bag full of these because they drop in Nomeragan from a side boss. You go to raid with this thing, and if you're a bear druid and you pop this constantly, you are early on at least. Of course, later on druids fall off very hard. Early on, like tier 1, you are the best single target threat in the game, even as a bear. It also makes feral DPS viable in the Alliance. And why only in the Alliance? That's a different thing. Like, you need Seal of Wisdom on the target on the boss to work as a feral DPS. Sadly, you have to power shift and you run out of mana. But if you are Alliance and you have manual crowd pummelers, you are actually a viable DPSer as a feral DPS druid. People don't know this, but it is a fact. Time to move to number 2. This one is a special one because this one is a double item. This is another item that I think people are gonna remember and like. This is a very normie item to like. Dalrens arms, perhaps second to the glaives of Asinot, perhaps the most iconic dual wielding set in the game. These are 2 weapons with a very low drop rate in BRD. You have the main hander, Dalrens Sacred Charge. It has pretty good stats for a fresh level 60, but this one is not the one you care about really, because it only matters when you got both. This is Dalrens Tribal Guardian. And you may be saying, look at this thing, it has defense on an off-hander. Why would a tank do that? Why would a tank use an off-hander? This is silly. No! Fury tanks are a thing in Vanilla. You can dual wield tank. And these 2, I think until BWL, these 2, to the exception of Fell Striker, these 2 weapons in combo are the best in-slot dual wield tanking weapons in phase 1. Also off tanks also dual wield for more threat, if you have to be second on the threat table for whatever reason. Also, even if you have Fell Striker, I still believe I could be wrong, that this is still the best in slot off-hander for a dual wielding tank until BWL. This is a very iconic, and look at this set, look at this Tauren warrior with those 2 swords. He looks dope as hell, you know. Phase 1, everybody's in green gear. They look like they are homeless. They got like a plank with a nail as a weapon. And you see these guys with 2 Dalrens and you are like, that's gonna be me one day. And you gotta farm them in Ubers like an idiot. But it is very fun. Okay, boys. Now it is the time. Now it is the time we go to the number 1. And remember, this is my personal preference and opinion. This is not some sort of top 10 of power or anything like that. And you're gonna see right away. You wanna see my number 1? You wanna see my number 1? You're not gonna believe me. You're gonna think I'm an idiot. This is the number 1 most favorite item for me personally in WoW. The Force Retaliator. A really crappy weapon in BRD. Can you believe this idiot liking a really crappy weapon? Look at this thing, it doesn't even look cool. It looks like a very basic weapon from the Molten Core, which I think there is a model like this in the Molten Core. But you know what? When I first rolled my first Vanilla WoW Warrior in Vanilla Gaming in 2015, I had this weapon with me for months. This weapon grew in me. This weapon was there for me when nobody else was there for me. And I thought with my little crappy Night Elf having this crappy axe, I felt like a mother, and I can never let that axe down. This axe is my life, and every time I roll a warrior in vanilla, I make sure to get it, and I never delete it off my bank, because I am a fool, but I am a very loyal fool. Okay guys, that's my top 10. I wanna see the razors.